filmmaker, activist, author Rose McGowan. She was one of the first women to stand up and say Me Too. She is telling her raw and unfiltered story in her new memoir, Brave, and respond to her as she did when she walked in, ladies and gentlemen, in the studio. That's what she did. Yeah. I read it cover to cover, and your take on Hollywood, and it goes beyond that. You said this book and your story is bigger than Hollywood. Explain.
It's bigger than Hollywood, and I wanted to cover that in the documentary Citizen Rose as well. It's airing tonight, actually. Mm-hmm. It's the other part of the book, and then also I have an album that is the other part of the book. It's a three-pronged approach. So 3 years ago, I started this project of I wanted to see if I could make people societally, including myself, 10% more awesome, really. So Rose Army I trademarked 3 years ago, and that is about, the broader message is about thought. And it's about like just looking at things. I realized there were no lobbyists for critical thinking, and I realized there were no lobbyists for bravery. Mm-hmm. You know, this country has a big no fear. I've seen the bumper stickers everywhere, but I say, be brave, do it even if your ankles shake, because they will. Yeah. And you just, that's what we talked about.
No, we were talking about it because when you say you're brave, it doesn't mean that you're not scared. It just means you do the scary thing anyway.
Because there's no other choice.
Yeah, there's no other choice.
The other choice leads to, I think, lying to yourself, and a collective lie, really. And I think the thing is like, I grew up in a very unusual way, I guess, to most people, but when I came out of that cult, if you will, I saw the language everywhere. Mm-hmm. I saw the same language in Hollywood, and they were doing the same exact thing that they did in the cult. And I thought, well, God, they're really spreading misinformation. I mean, they literally call you guys the flyover states. And there's real stuff, you know.
In Hollywood, that's how.
Oh yeah, it's flyover states. Like all the suspicions about Hollywood that a lot of people have, they're true. I wish it weren't so. I wish everybody was super awesome. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you got to clean house a little bit in the world, and it's not just Hollywood. It's just a systemic thing, and it's for men and women and trans. It's for everybody. Everyone. Just be free.
I was really, when I was reading your book, and you opened my eyes to some things. And one thing that you said is like many of us, when we're not living, you know, I'm not in Hollywood. It doesn't affect me. And you said, whoa, 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 whoa. You don't realize how Hollywood affects so many of us. Yeah.
There was a 2-year-old boy that I saw on Facebook, and his mom posted it saying, "Isn't this cute?" And it was cute. This little boy was shooting along with Rambo, or like doing every single thing this man was doing, timed to a T. And I thought, you've just stolen that boy. You've just told him what a white male is. There's a lot of thievery that goes on with image, you know, and a lot of it is because, you know, if you have one perspective, and it's a narrow perspective, and it's the same people over and over carrying that perspective, all of our voices are not being heard. And I don't know, do you recognize yourself, women, in movies? Do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as a caller? Do you see yourself? Because I don't see it. And if I'm not seeing it, then others aren't seeing it, but they don't know. They just think it's entertainment. But I was the thing sent out to make you nervous. If a girl went to the movies with her boyfriend, I was the thing sent out to make her uncomfortable and be like, don't you want to be like me? And meant to turn him on. So there are messages, and everything counts. I believe every detail counts. And that's why I say in the beginning of Brave, thank you. I take it very seriously that my words will rest in your brain. I really considered that. You know, I really, with my work with the movie Dawn that I directed, which is so for young women, a cautionary tale, and anybody about people that are telling you you're not seeing what you're seeing.
When I looked at the cover of your book, and you know, it's beautiful, and that image right there was your hair, and you talked about it early on in the book, and that's one of the things also, the perception that we have of how a woman should look and such. It was important for you to have the cover like that?
It was very important for me to have the cover like that, and I also wanted to give people some privacy. Who wants my stupid face smiling on the cover? Not me. Like, just have some, you know, yeah. But it was also just, you know, and someone at the publishing company even said, what if people think you have cancer? And I said, so? Like, they're brave people. I don't know, I think the story's universal. What if? Okay, right. But people are so used to doing the what if people think. How do you know what people think? If I like it, I know I'm not that unique, so maybe someone else will like it too.
Yeah, and because when you were talking about it, the hair, because that's also part of it, and I had forgotten when we were showing the setup piece and from Charmed and seeing you with the long hair.
Isn't it weird?
And different, but that was part of.
It was part of it. It was like doing drag as a woman for me. And there were so many things, and I talk about the wrong in my life. In that life, I couldn't pinpoint. I thought it was like micro things. I thought it was smaller things that were wrong. And in fact, I was like, it's the entire system that's wrong. Oh, okay, got it. I can be free. And that was, and I talk about it in the book, and I say, so many people come up, mostly women, who can be super misogynistic too, trust, and it's bred into them, and I think you're working against your own interests.
What do you say to some people who say you're angry? Why did you stay in Hollywood? Why didn't you leave? How do you respond to those?
Because famous people can go out and get a job anywhere, right? Because someone would hire me, I'm sure, for what? I did it since I was 14 years old. What other skill set? This was my job. It wasn't my passion. I happen to be very good at it. I'm also good at tying my shoes. Yeah, and you have Rose Army. You have so many people who are sharing. That has to mean a lot to you. You're giving them a voice to be able to share their story. Yeah. And how do you say to people, because you have this platform and there's Twitter and social media, and just quickly how you can own your voice and your story? Just don't be afraid to talk to the people in charge. I tweeted at Jeff Bezos, and most people, I'm sure, would wait 5 years to get a meeting with that man. I'm like, I just want to talk to you. Let me tell you a couple things. It's people have a voice. Everybody has a voice, and the voices added up really count. And I just feel like I'm a conduit for others. What's wrong with being angry? There's a lot of stuff to be angry about. If you're angry, anger covers pain. I don't know if you can truly deal with pain. Like, why, if they have stages of grief, right, that we all know about, anger, sadness, why is it not the same after a sexual assault? You're so because part of you dies. But we can live. But we don't have to, and that's not fair. That's what I'm talking about. In health class, they taught me to submit so I wouldn't get killed. And I submit, get men free of what they're supposed to be, because they don't know how to process emotions. Nobody who's doing that here. Just be free. Just feel it. It's okay. It won't blow you away. And you can be brave. And you can be brave. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Rose McGowan. Thank you. So much. Hang on. She's going on The View. Hang on, people. Buckle up. She's going to be on The View at 11 a.m. Eastern right here on ABC. But bless you. Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it. Let's go to Jim. Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.